Hey everybody. So out here working on this Russian olive tree. It looks like it's dead, but it's not. It is a tree that does drop its leaves during the winter. You can see that it's got some new buds poking out. Decided that I was gonna repot it in a new pot that I got. I really like this green color. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't have any really green pots like this yet, so I actually really like this. I hope that it looks good with the tree. It's kind of got like a light green leaf to it, but we'll see. I'm gonna do some trimming on this because it looks like some of the ends of the branches died this winter, which is typical. I mean, deciduous trees, a lot of the ends of the branches will die at a young age because this tree is from a seed. It's been growing in a giant pot. Let me show you. It's been growing in this pot for about 3 years now. So from a seed. So this is all how it's grown from a seed. So I didn't manipulate much of anything. I just clip and grew it for now. I might try and bend some stuff with wire, but I mean, as you can see, it's a very solid tree. They don't bend well. So I might be able to bend some stuff later on with guide wires and stuff, but so far I'm just going to let it grow and see how it does. See what it looks like in clip and grow method. I am repotting it because, I don't know, I just think I enjoy my trees a little bit better when they're in a bonsai pot, because then you can display it and it just, I don't know, that's why we grow bonsais, right? Put them in a bonsai pot. But growing it from a seed in a bonsai pot, that would take forever. So you grow in a large pot, let it go. And I was going to show a little bit of the roots structure, but obviously I buried it already. So this is actually a couple of the roots that I cut off. They're very sparse. They don't have a lot of feeder roots. I mean, that's the extent of the feeder roots in nursery soil or compost or potting soil, however you want to call it. So they don't get a lot of feeder roots in just dirt. So you put it in the bonsai soil, and that's what creates all the little feeder roots because of the stones that you use. The akadama, if you use akadama, I don't currently. Not that it's bad; it's amazing stuff. I just don't have any right now. So that's really good for splitting the roots. The lava rock is really good for splitting the roots. I use stones like this. I don't even know if you can see them. It's like a really coarse gravel. And anyway, that actually helps split up the roots too, so that it gets feeder roots, a lot of feeder roots rather than a lot of just really big, thick, solid roots. But you want that around the trunk, but you don't want that at the end of the roots. You want the feeders. So get this all potted up, and then I'm going to trim off some of these branches because I think this branch is dead, and I've got some new shoots right here. So this will turn into this in about a year. They grow pretty quick. Plus, I'm putting it in an extremely large pot because I do want this tree to get bigger. I don't want it to stay small like it is now. I want it to get, I think I want it to get about this big, about the width of the pot. So I'm going to put it in a giant pot and let it keep growing. And yeah, that's kind of a plan for this tree. Tamp this in with a chopstick. And when you hear And you can put it in, the chopstick right in, and touch the bottom of the pot like that. That means you need more soil in that area. So really work it in to where when you're tamping it into the soil, you don't hit right into the bottom of the pot. That means that the soil is in the pot solid enough to keep the tree in there, and there's no openings under the roots. And as sparse as the roots were on this tree, basically I just held the tree in place and just dumped the soil on top of it and got it up underneath the roots. So now I'm just going to work it in under the roots. It does have a couple of really nice roots right up on top here, going kind of opposite directions. This tree should put out more roots. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about these trees. I've only got 2 of them that I've grown from seeds. They're not something that you can buy in the store. In Colorado, they have them everywhere, and they drop little berries. It is an olive tree, but it's not like the kind of olives that you pick up at the store. They're little berries that are about this same color, and they're all over the tree. So they're like all over the ground in the fall, and you just pick them up and squish the berry off, and you've got the little seed. So that's how I grew the 2 trees that I have. It'd actually really be kind of cool to see if in Russia, if they do bonsais like these, or with the Russian olives. I'm gonna have to look into that because that would be kind of cool to see some trees, some bonsai trees from Russia. Alright, that's in there pretty good and solid. I'm gonna work it a little bit more, make sure. My biggest thing, I don't want it to blow over when it finally gets leaves on it and there's a windstorm. So I've had that happen where you've got your tree in the pot, you think it's in there really good, and you get a really nice windstorm and it just blows the tree right out of the pot. So that's a good time to wire your trees into the pots, which I know you've watched me do a couple of trees now probably, and if you haven't, watch a couple more. That would be awesome. But anyway, yeah, I don't generally wire my trees into the pots. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I could wire more of them in. Some of them I do. If it's a larger tree and I know it's going to fall over, I'll definitely wire it in. But a lot of the trees that I have are pretty small, so it's a lot less likely for them to get blown over. Alright, so I am going to trim this a little bit here. My workstation's a little messy because I've been doing a lot of work out here. Alright, so I'm going to trim this off right at the base, I think, because it looks like these might have been buds, but if it was, they'd be popping right now. So one way to find out for sure if the branch is dead, if you don't know for sure, take your sharp knife and you can scratch the bark, just a small space on it, and see if it is green or not. And this branch is definitely dead. Let's see if I can bring this in to where you guys can see it. Yeah, so you can see if it'll focus on the tree instead of everything else. Here. Focus on the pot, maybe. No. Wow. Okay. I got a new camera. I'm not sure how it works all yet. So there we go. So you can see that it's dead right here. That's where I scratched it. So this branch is definitely not alive. So I'm going to cut it right off at the trunk here. There is some buds right here, so a new branch could potentially go right there or up here. I'm going to cut it right off above those and try not to damage them. There we go. So that little guy is gone. That's dead. Another way is to crack it. The branch cracks and it's dead. So this tree might be getting a whole new makeover. This winter was a pretty tough winter on a lot of my trees. And this is one that you can leave outside. I mean, I have for the last couple of years, so I figured that it would be just fine, but obviously not. So I am going to cut this one off right at these buds, so those can make a new branch right here. I want to make sure I don't damage them. You can always cut it off long and come back and trim it up once the other growth is doing well. So there's some buds right here, so I'm going to cut this one off here too. This tree's going to look weird for a while. And this branch looks like it's dead too. Sometimes it's tough cutting major branches off your trees because it takes so long to grow them, and then something catastrophic happens, like Mother Nature, weather. It does kind of suck to have to cut them way back like this, but trees do grow back most of the time if you don't kill the whole tree, which honestly I did lose a couple of trees this winter. It was pretty sad, but I mean, just grow more trees. That's how you get good at growing trees, is by losing trees sometimes. And then we'll just see how fast this tree recovers. I mean, I've seen a lot of I think it's called Yamadori. Yeah, Yamadori, where you go out and you collect trees from the wild and you put them in a bonsai pot. They call that Yamadori. So I've seen a lot of Yamadori where they'll go collect a tree and it'll be just a stump, and then 5-6 years later it's this really beautiful tree. So I mean, some people do this on purpose to get a different shape out of a tree. So that's it for now, and we'll just have to watch it grow and see how it recovers from this, because I think this tree is going to be really cool. And it's got a really thick piece here and here, and the trunk has quite a bit of movement to it already. I just hope it doesn't grow all the branches on one side. That's what I don't want. But I could also turn the tree towards morning sun on this side, and that could possibly make it grow new buds on this side. I don't know for sure yet, but I'm going to try that, and we'll find out if that is something that works. So yeah, there's that tree, the Russian olive from a seed. And thanks for watching, and I appreciate y'all's support, and see you on the next one.